one thing I'll definitely say too, and I feel like it has to be said because I saw another article about the credit card debt crossing like $1.7 trillion, which is absurd, right? Like just think about how big that number is, 1.7 trillion. Nolan, for sure, bro. Nolan said he's gonna hop up on briefly real quick. Nolan is one of my good brothers. Literally, we do a space. Me, Nolan, Sean, one of our other friends, Rashad. We do Twitter Spaces. We also have some other cool stuff in the works. But we always try to drop gems and really teach people about building on these topics that I'm talking about right now and other capacities, talking about geopolitics, talking about all that stuff. But to before Nolan jumps up too and adds some gems for those that are listening, that credit card situation is real. It's real. It's real. And like at the end of the day, like this is a judgment free zone here. There are things that happen. Credit card debt, sometimes it may build up and you may not realize it. You may make some bad decisions or you may have messed up your credit when you were younger. But it doesn't mean that you can't change. I just had a conversation with one of my good friends about that, right? Like at the end of the day, like when you understand how the banking system works and credit card companies, they are essentially preying on high interest by default on money that they printed out of thin air to give you the credit card. So literally, like that's the highest return that someone can get. They're making money out of thin air, giving you the credit card. You're using the credit card to go buy something that you may need or not need. Hopefully, it's not something that you don't need, and you're using it to pay a bill, and then you're paying the credit card off. But in the case for the credit card debt in America crossing 1.7 trillion, that means a bunch of people, millions and millions of people, have a ton of outstanding credit card debt, and that's just not a good place to be. And the system is designed, at least with the credit system, they know that most people aren't going to be able to pay that stuff off. They know that. I was actually talking to one of my friends about that last night, and he was telling me how he saw this like old video from back in the day where someone was, doing they were using their credit card to buy TVs, and back in the day, TVs used to be mad expensive, and then they didn't even realize that they were paying like 16% interest on the TVs. It happens to a lot of people. It's crazy, but you gotta really watch out for that credit card debt. About to add my man Nolan to the top of the space here.